Hi, I'm Fight, and today I want to talk about the first week of the 17th block with my coach, the intro week. I think I did what I set out to do, which was hit the intensity just right. The It helped that the block was almost exactly the same as the block before. There are some changes in it. Mostly some reps have increased, but mostly it's more or less the same. So it is relatively easy to look at the block before and say, okay, I have to do more or less the same thing, and yeah, that's what I set out to do, and that's what I did. So on my upper body day, I think the main thing that changed was my dips and my pull-ups. You'll only see my dips where we increased by a rep. So I kept the weight at 35 kilograms, where with one rep less, I did 40. In the week after, then I increased to 40, and that worked fine. But I think in the intra week, that's just a prudent thing to do. I also went pretty deep actually on some of these reps. I don't know whether that was just me missing the groove a little bit, but that's okay. At 35 kilos, that's not a big problem at all. Anyway, so that was kind of where we went with things. So for the other days, it's kind of similar. Actually, on the squat focus day, we now do pauses on the second and third set, where before it was just 3 straight sets. So I had to, be a little bit mindful of that. I don't think I've paused much on low bar squats, at least not in the last, 9 months or so or longer. So I have to get used to that again. Um, but it's not really an issue. I've paused my high bar squats, and it's not like it's, a world of a difference. Now, generally, everything's going pretty well. My skills are going pretty well. My lower body strength is going well, which is the two focuses that I have. And yeah, I'm really happy with how things are going. I'm relatively patient, except for this deadlift here. As you can see, I'm pretty rounded here. I just wasn't focused. It wasn't super hard, but I just wasn't focused. I should have braced better. I did the same thing, or not the same thing, but I did a similar mistake on the overhead press where I overshot RPE. I was supposed to leave 2 reps in the tank, and I left half a rep in the tank, basically. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with where things are going, and that's all that matters right now. I have increased my handstand frequency a lot. I do like low intensity handstands a lot again. As you can see here, the tuck isn't super, but it does show that my handstands are getting better again, and that's just because I keep in touch with the skill more again, and I have the recovery capacity to do that without blowing my shoulders or anything like that. So I'm pretty happy with that. I also think that stuff like the handstand push-ups, stuff like the archer pull-ups that you're about to see, that's progressing pretty well. Um, and that's despite, me still gaining weight. I'm gonna try to get up to 67 kilograms and then cut down 3 or 4 kilograms again. And that might not sound like a lot to heavier folks, but when you're as light as me, 3, 4, 5 kilograms is really a lot of weight. That's basically almost 5 to 10% of my body weight, which on a short, bulk and cut, or rather a long bulk and then a short cut to get rid of some of the excess fat. I think that's pretty reasonable. I will have gained, since I started my bulk 8 kilograms then over the course of over a year though. Um, so not all of that, not by a large margin, is muscle, of course. So I'm gonna cut down another 3 kilos or so. Should put me right at like 13% body fat again. And then I'm gonna see what I feel like doing, because by then I'll also have transitioned into um, the Olympic lifting and climbing split. So it might make sense to be a little bit lighter there for the climbing, but we'll see how I feel. I mean, I have to perform in my day job and in my day-to-day life, and so I have to optimize for that more than anything else. Yeah, so that's basically it. I am liking these higher reps, even though it means that, it's a little bit less interesting maybe to watch because it's less weight, so it's less impressive. But I am pretty happy because it also works well with the bulking and the building muscle part, right? Yeah, so I'm hoping that I can continue this trajectory for a bit and not fall into any pitfalls, fall into any traps, not get injured or, overdo something. Right now, everything looks fine. So that's a good place to leave you at. Have a beautiful day and see you around.